We are following breaking news now at 3. The judge in former President Donald Trump's New York civil fraud trial has issued a ruling in the case. The judge just ordered the former president and his companies to pay nearly $364 million in penalties and other sanctions after the trial determined the former president inflated his wealth on financial statements to secure bigger loans from banks and insurers.